Yo, come on, man, I can't have shit in this house!
Hey guys, what's up? My name is Yachter, and today we are talking about a new feature coming to Galaxy of Heroes called Relic Delta. Now, this is a brand new feature that has been shown off in a closed playtest, inviting some other content creators out, which is a first in a really long time. And this is probably gonna be worse than Datacrons. I'm just gonna tell you guys right now. As we see here, Relic Delta is going to be a way for relics to scale based on the matchup of who they are playing against. And right now it says that they are just in the middle of playtesting how it works in the current meta as it is right now. I believe Arnold has made a video. Go check it out if you haven't already. They were talking about a version of this feature implemented with a Phoenix versus Reva, where the Reva had higher relics and Phoenix lineup had lower relics. The Reva had a much easier time stomping on the smaller relic team, and this is kind of what the intention will be moving on forward if this is what we are understanding the feature to be. And just to let you guys know, this was the major update teased earlier in the year as well. This is Relic Delta. Ultimately, if you have a 4 relic difference, so for instance, a Relic 5 versus a Relic 9, the Relic 9 team would have an increase of 95% damage and a decrease of 95% damage from the opposing team, which basically is a win more situation if you play games like this. And additionally here it says that the damage does not affect thermal detonators, plagues, or exposes, but it does affect abilities that deal damage equal to max health, like Drain Life on Malik. Now it says speed up PvE content, which could be the main crux as to why they're doing this. Personally, I kind of find it hard to believe, although it is funny that we've been begging for like a 10-minute timer in all battles, but instead they'll just give us this so we won't need a timer, so that we'll just either get wrecked or be wrecking faster, you know? Like, I just want to throw that out there. Very complexing. And just take a look at this before I get my ugly mug out of here. Allegedly, 90% of people will find it easier to beat the PvE levels. I have no idea where they pulled 90% out of, but if this, I don't know, this just seems like this is going to be a really good change in the game, but I personally, I don't know, I just can't see it. In my heart of hearts, what are they doing? What are they doing? My mind can't boggle around that. 95% damage. Now, I just have a small pros and cons list in case you guys are wondering. The major pro I see from this is that it can reward unique rosters that have R9 teams. Think of, you know, the times you've seen an Ewok R9 team on JC defense. And I just want to bring this up. We did get an R9 Cup bundle recently, so we could use that in case you have like a really low relic tank. Maybe Cup will actually deal damage now. I mean, it's kind of hard to quantify because 95%, and it also depends on like if you have a Relic 6 versus a Relic 5. It's really confusing, but just keep in mind your R9 Cups might actually have a use soon. But the cons, and I think there are so many cons. Firstly, blatantly out, it's a win more mechanic. You can't punch up anymore, it seems like, because you're just going to be facing even more opposition. If David versus Goliath wasn't enough, you're going to be facing at least 3 more Goliaths just because you didn't put like 20 more signal data on your characters. It's not fair. And it also incentivizes, you know, builds up with the R9 teams. Think of pirates, Jedi Vanguards that require some R9s. It could be more incentive for you to just smash even harder. We've been talking about how Mace Windu sucks so much. What happens if Mace Windu What happens if Mace Windu has 95% more damage? And I guess adding on to that, this is going to cut off so many Grand Arena counters. Navigating SWGOH will be a disaster. If you are an eagle-eye viewer, you would know that TB and subsequent modes like it, like campaign nodes and stuff like that, have like level 95 and like a Relic 0. Like, it doesn't say a specific number, which could be the reason why they're doing this, because it could be like, oh, you know, it's all vague. CG has not specified on how that would interact with our current relic levels, So we'll have to see when the feature comes out. I have 3 implications for how this could be used in the future. Number 1, it brings more value to expensive GL farms. Think of Hondo, JMK, Lord Vader. And this could also be their way, CG's way, of pushing Relic 5s and Relic 3s to the past. Sort of like Sith Eternal and Rey and SLKR, how they were very cheap GLs. You know, they were more expensive back in the day, but comparing them to the whole roster we have right now, especially to GL Hondo, SLKR is infinitely cheaper. Second point I want to bring up here is that I think mods will effectively just be negated. You could just use R9 characters and bulk them up with a lot of health, and they're just gonna roll through people regardless because it's 95% damage. I don't know how much I could stress this down enough, but they really have to do something with that modifier. And then the third implication I have for the future for this is ultimately the side-eyed goal of pushing towards a Relic 10. Now, of course, we've been speculating for Relic 10 for years now, and it wouldn't make sense because Relic 9s have always been like a cosmetic luxury between accounts. However, if everyone is being pushed towards Relic 9 this, Relic 9 that, because of the Relic Delta or whatever the name was going to be, then it would make sense to release a Relic 10 because now everyone is going to be fighting for the first Relic 10. One last thing I want to say is that I do believe that Relic Delta can be a good thing for this game if done properly. Now, what I want to introduce would be my personal, system that would work in place of Relic Delta. I keep saying it data. I just want to shout out one system that I think could take some inspiration from Relic Delta, which could be the background behind me from Raid Shadow Legends. Now, this is not sponsored. I've been playing because of Arnold's code for the past 2 months or so. If we had a system like this affinity system, where the higher you go, the more damage you deal towards specific tags, specific units like healers, attackers, tanks, I feel like that would take a little bit more like a rock, paper, scissors, a little bit of strategy in this system. Now, I could just be sniffing paint, but I just wanted to, put my take out there. I really think a rock, paper, scissors sort of angle on Relic Delta would not only incentivize you to obviously get more power, but to do it on specific character units so that their, investment wouldn't be gone to waste. The way they have it in here, where it's sort of like a parallel to Pokemon, where, grass beats water, but then water beats fire, but then fire beats grass, and then you have the center here, which is the void, and then you have the dragon type in the middle, where it's kind of resistant to all 3 grass, fire, and water. So I just wanted to point that out there. Maybe they could take inspiration from that. CG, if you're listening, I think this would be kind of a cool little angle to, lean towards for Relic Delta. That's just my thoughts anyways. A lot of you guys have probably seen about the Relic Delta before, so I just want to put my 2 cents out there. Thank you guys, and have a good day. Hey guys, editing Yachter here. React about, what do you think about the new update coming to SWGOH?
No.
Same.